On World News Tonight, the U.S. drive for Baghdad goes into a higher gear, entering the red zone. The Pentagon leadership defends its war plan. Does it need defending? Inside the militants' camp looking for the evidence of terrorism. And in the other news today, the Supreme Court hears the biggest case in years on affirmative action.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
Good evening, everyone. This was a very intense day in the war, and they are all intense. There was heavy bombing in the northern part of Iraq, where Iraqi and Kurdish forces are fairly close to each other. The targets were said to be Iraqi troops, many of them you could see on the run, and the headquarters for the northern part of the country. There was heavy bombing in Baghdad again, and to the south of the city, particularly on troops and their equipment, which the regime needs to defend the city. Now, this war is going on all over the country, but it is south of Iraq where things seem to be developing very significantly tonight. So let's just take a second to look at the map itself. Around Karbala and Najaf, the two holy cities for the Shiite Muslims, reports late today of a very big battle engaged the U.S. forces and the Iraqi members of the Republican Guard around Karbala. And over there to the right in Hilla, there are reports late today from the International Committee of Red Cross saying that there was some very heavy fighting there. It was described by the ICRC as a veritable horror, the aftermath. Dozens of smashed corpses, dozens of dead, and 450 injured people. We were told all of them, said the International Committee of the Red Cross, civilians. And take a look at Najaf there. Najaf is where the son-in-law of the Prophet Muhammad is buried, and yet these paramilitary Fedayins are said to be taking cover in or near the tomb. And the question is, how does the United States root them out on a battlefield without disturbing these places which are so very important to the rest of the Shiite community? Countryside is changing here now, passing from desert into farmland, and one embedded reporter with the U.S. forces, beginning, we think, now to move forward, said earlier today, when we came out of the desert where they waved at us, notice they don't wave at us anymore. ABC's John McWethy tonight at the Pentagon on the battle, which appears to be developing quite rapidly, John.
Peter, after rolling into Iraq just 12 days ago, U.S. sources are now saying that the biggest battles of this war have finally begun. Military sources say that tens of thousands of U.S. troops from the Army and Marine Corps are now attacking across a 100-mile-wide front 60 miles south of Baghdad.
The battle for Baghdad probably has begun.
They are going after what U.S. intelligence sources say are parts of 5 Republican Guard divisions among Iraq's most feared fighters.
They have moved some of the units around trying to reinforce, but some of them have been degraded to pretty low percentages of combat capability, below 50%.
The reason to attack now, sources say, is because the U.S. has done about all it can with a blistering air campaign, dropping 4,000 bombs in 4 days. The goal was to methodically take out tanks, artillery, ammunition stocks, plus fuel and communications, and to intimidate Iraqi troops. Commanders hope this has crippled these